Alright YouTube, I figured I'd do a little mini review of some lathe chisels I have here. This set of 6 is from Grizzly. Obviously you can see their logo clearly plastered on their handles, or painted on I should say. This set of 6 was $80. It came in this wooden case here. Didn't come with these tools, it was boxes underneath. But you know, they're nice tool steel for Chinese tools. I can get the skew chisel sharp enough to shave hair pretty easily. I don't know if you can see it on my arm there. There's some bald spots where I regularly test the sharpness of my chisels. But you know, it's a nice set of spindle turning tools. A great beginner set, I think. You know, you get rough and gouge, a parting tool, a skew chisel, and 3 spindle gouges for a decent price, and you get a box to put it in. So that's pretty good for a Grizzly, anyway. They can't make lathes all that great, but they can make tools, I guess, hand tools. Alright, now to the more nicer, expensive tools. Yay, alright. I guess we'll start on the left and work our way over. This tool here is be sure you recognize it. It's an Easy Wood tool. It's a rougher. CI1, I believe it is. I have the tube here. Yeah, CI1. So, see the square carbide insert there, held on with a screw. Nice maple handle with kind of like the double end on it, I guess. So you can grip it like right here, but if you really have a heavy cut, you can grip it back here. So you get a lot of leverage if you're roughing something pretty good. And it's got a nice square bar here, so it sits on the tool rest flat. It's real easy to learn how to cut with it. It doesn't cut all that clean now. The end on this is kind of dull. I need to get some more tips. But something interesting I found about this is that the tips for these are like $10-15, which is ridiculous, I think. You know, it's just a piece of metal with a semi-sharp edge. You know, the carbide doesn't take an edge quite as nice as steel, and it's much harder though. But you can buy these inserts from a website. I believe it's called Global Industrial. They sell carbide tooling inserts for all different kinds of spiral cutter heads, like for planers and joiners, and they sell all different sizes. They make all different sizes, and I believe the size on this is like 15 millimeters by 15 millimeters, and it's like they make them square across, and this one is the slightly rounded one. You can get them all from them, and I think it's like, I want to say it's 2.5 millimeters thick. I have the calipers, I can check it then. I might update that in the comments or something. So that's that tool. I mean, it is expensive for what it is, but it's made in America, so I guess that's alright. Now here's some tools that are very nice, but are not made in America. So here's a Sorby Hollowmaster, I believe it's called, with a gooseneck or shepherd's crook kind of looking thing. That's for reaching inside a bowl and edge underneath a vessel opening. And so that's like $60 for the metal part here for the steel. And then I made the handle. I kind of copied the Easy Wood tool there, and I made this out of bloodwood, which is a very hard and dense tropical wood, so it adds a lot of heft to the handle. It's my largest tool by, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 inches. Next one here is the Sorby, another tool I bought. I got these at Woodcraft. All these British tools, actually all the rougher too. But you buy the steel, it's a lot cheaper, because the handle Sorby makes apparently adds like $30 or $40 to the price of the tool. You can just buy the metal and turn your own handle. It's nicer, I think. And that's the multi-tip hollowing scraping tool. It has a couple of tips that go in the end there, and use that for hollowing small vessels and straight things, and shear scraping bowls and the like. And that's just oak or ash, I believe, is the handle on that. This one here is probably my favorite tool ever, I think. This is a Sorby fingernail grind bowl gouge. Love this thing. It's a 1/2 inch. It's 5/8 diameter steel. It's a 1/2 inch at the flute across from edge to edge. and made the handle for that. This one was about $50. With the British handle it was $100, so obviously that's considerable savings. And then I kind of experimented with grinding it and got it where I want it. So yeah, this one takes a really nice edge too. I get this one shaving sharp, but still has a real sharp edge even after doing that bowl over there. And here's my nice little detail bowl gouge, the Sorby fingernail. This one was $30, made my own handle. Now, I had some spindles from a sale or some other wood I had found, and the spindle, when it was all round and everything on the lathe turning between centers, it was a little small for a handle by itself, so I took some foam padding and wrapped it around it to increase the diameter slightly, and it gives a nice cushiony feeling to it, I guess. So it's really comfortable to hold, and it really does cut nice despite its very small size, and so it really cuts good. Cuts very well and quickly. So you can easily do detail work, or something like around the foot or the tenon, stuff like that, or small bowls and whatever, where a tool of this size would be impractical. So those are just some of the turning chisels I have. So I'll do a couple more little videos. Oh wait, forgot. I have some other ones down here. This is just recently acquired these. These are like Craftsman tools from probably between the 40s and the 60s. I don't know. There's a 20-year period, I think, when they made decent stuff. And these are the nice, let's see, Craftsman. So it's mostly spindle stuff. There's a couple scrapers in here, and I might modify some of these roughing gouges into bowl gouges. I don't know. I don't know if the flute's really deep enough to take a nice shaving, so we'll see. This whole box was like $20, and there's all different tools in here for different things. And the old guy who had this stuff, I guess he died, and they had to sell all his stuff. But he really kept his tools sharp, though. Even though some of them are kind of rusty, they still have a pretty good edge on them, even as scrapers. So that's it for the chisels. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask.